Anunnaki. Anunnaki. Enki and Enlil. No free will. They made apes into humans. Hybrid slaves to dig for gold. The story never gets old. No need to use machines, advanced species, aliens. Splice DNA of apes with themselves to create this hell. Anunnaki. Anunnaki. Theory and books written by Freemasons. Baby truthers on YouTube believe it like fools. Fools. Yeah, boy. Fools. Silly fools. Dupes and fools. Losers and fools. Believe. 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 The ancient story without evidence. Anunnaki. Anunnaki. Sloppy. Followers. Believers. Dupes and fools. Dupes and fools. Anunnaki.
Hello everyone. Let's smash another ridiculous, lame-ass theory to pieces. Are you ready? The Anunnaki created humans theory. Human hybrids with these hominids, these ape-like creatures on Earth. These aliens, Anunnaki, flew here in these great spaceships. From where? Another planet, they say. What planets? The ones NASA shows you? Never a straight answer. Freemasonic NASA. Your theory hinges on that? The fake shit that you believe is spinning balls out there? That people can walk on and live on? Build homes on? Build technology and spaceships? Where's the evidence for that, please? You don't have any. You don't have any. Nobody does. You're just relying on these fucking losers at NASA to give you CGI that I could create without leaving my couch. I could do that on a laptop, and I did it years ago. Fake space. It's all CGI. So's the Hubble shit. The fake galaxies, fake nebula, deep space, planets. It's all fake shit. You don't have evidence that there's anything beyond this Earth to walk on, terra firma, to stand on. Okay? Do you understand? So the theory falls apart right there, right off the bat. And then what are your sources for this big theory? Who was the only one to translate the Sumerian tablets? Zecharia Sitchin. Well, he was a Freemason. How come he was the only one that could translate them? He was the only one with the Rosetta Stone, right? It's ridiculous. The only one in human history to be able to read them because he was so brilliant. Well, that's laughable. It's stupid. It's lame. Now, after that, after Sitchin wrote his books, tons of books, who else came along and repeated this shit? Well, another Freemason. Jordan Maxwell. The guy connected with Hollywood. Lucas and Steven Spielberg and others. He loved to hang around Hollywood. He said Hollywood stole his ideas for movies and all sorts of things. Anyways, he loved the Hollywood motion picture industry, as he called it. He loved it. So that guy was suspect from the beginning. If you look at Jordan Maxwell, seems to be a shill connected with Hollywood and with three-letter agencies in America. Who else? Well, let's see. Who else famously promoted that, pushed and promoted that Anunnaki created humans theory? Well, Mark Passio, another Freemason. Well, what do you know? Another Freemason doing the great work of Freemasonry, duping people. A psychotic, satanic vegan with vegan rage and satanic rage and hatred for humans. He's hated humans for years. Well, he pushed the Enki and Enlil Anunnaki shit on his YouTube channel and his videos for years. Years. And who got it from Mark Passio? Creepy Keith. Keith Sorelli. The rebellious meme puppet or meth puppet. That crazy fuck, that weirdo that likes to write on big sheets of paper tacked up on the wall and call it his canvas, and there's no canvas and no paint. He wants to be an artist, but he doesn't have paintbrushes and paint and canvas. He calls paper his canvas. And then he just scribbles shit on it that you can't read because he doesn't know how to focus a camera and make a video without making it blurry. You can't even read the stupid shit that he has on there, but he lets on he has it figured out and it's all blurry shit, and he comes across like a homeless bum rambling. He buys the Mark Passio shit. He drank the Kool-Aid and he just repeats it mindlessly, talking about Enki and Enlil, and he has Anunnaki stories in videos on his channel. He's a baby truther. Only a baby truther and a fool would believe that stupid story that aliens flew here and created us to mine gold for them instead of creating machines or creating something that would make the machines for them. If they were thousands or millions of years advanced from us, they had to create a species of slaves from fucking ape-like beings to dig for gold? That's retarded. That doesn't make any sense. That's the lamest theory ever. But it's believed by fools, by low IQ, idiots, gullible fools, stinky bums, homeless bums like Creepy Keith, meth puppet, rebellious meat puppet, and Mark Passio, satanic vegan, Freemason, and Jordan Maxwell. And I think Michael Tessarian over the years promoted that as well. They didn't just mention it, they promoted it, they pushed it in videos for years. And of course, Zecharia Sitchin with his books, and there's others. Those aren't the only ones. So you got to wonder, why are so many Freemasons pushing this shit the same way Freemasons push the Bible? They have a Freemason Bible, or many, at least one though, in every single Freemasonic lodge and temple on earth, everywhere, from here to Africa, from here to Australia, from Canada, United States to Europe, and in Asian countries with lodges everywhere. Why is that? And they have the compass and square with the G right on the cover. Some people have asked me, what's the difference, Stephen, between the Freemasonic Bible and the other Bible? And I say, well, they're one and the same. And people scratch their heads. What? What do you mean? Well, the regular Bible that you call a regular King James Version is a Freemasonic Bible. All that's different is the cover. You mean they believe the same shit that they're feeding? Well, they get their low-level Freemasons to believe the same shit that your dumb family believes, or maybe you believe. Some tuned in. Maybe some of you are dummies. You're still believing in shit. Programming to control your mind. And you seem to love it with a smile. You're smiling slaves, right? Right? King James, I've done videos on this, which if you don't watch, it's your loss. Too lazy to learn? King James, Freemason, high degree, 33rd or higher, and royal, came up with the addition that most of you Christians that tune in worship and love. You say it's the only version. Some of you are King James, KJV only. You say that's the only real Bible, the translation of the Bible that's worth it. Well, you're reading a Freemasonic book. This is how stupid people are and how stupid truthers are, because there's thousands of you and more as the generations, the younger ones come along, that believe this stupid shit. And they're going to put the alien stuff, they'll put it on mainstream media, and you'll be looking for disclosure, and you think there's deep space programs and hidden space programs and all this stuff, and they have you believing in aliens, and they programmed you as science fiction, and it just all works together. But you're gullible. You can't just blame them. You got to look in the mirror sometime and say, why am I eating shit? Why am I always believing shit fed to me by Freemasons? You're a slave with Freemasons as masters if you're believing them. That makes you a slave. You're a follower of lying Freemasons. You're a follower of Freemasons that mind fuck you. You're a follower of Creepy Keith, rebellious meat puppet, or Mark Passio, or Jordan Maxwell, or Zechariah Sitchin, another Freemason. All of them. Do I think Creepy Keith is a Freemason? No, but I know Mark Passio was his big hero for years and years. He's too dumb to see through Mark Passio. I exposed Mark Passio long ago. I was calling him a shill on his own channel and got banned years before I began the Sanity Machine. I pointed out his Freemasonic handshakes and said, Passio, you're a Freemason. You're a scumbag. Most that call themselves truthers are just believers and followers, just like Christians. You're no different. You're not better. You haven't worked on discernment. You're still doing the same thing. You're following shit and old books, or ones that new books, sci-fi books like Sitchin. You might as well be following Scientology. It's laughable what you follow, and you believe it just because it's in a book, or just because Jordan Maxwell did interviews talking about it, or just because Mark Passio made videos talking about it, or Michael Tessarian, or Rebellious Meat Puppet. That's why Joshua believes that theory as well. Joshua believes it because he got it from Rebellious Meat Puppet. It just goes like dominoes, one after another. Truthers don't have discernment. Most of them. They just watch, hear, believe, follow, repeat. Just like Christians. Just like Muslims. Just like Hindus. You're no different. You don't question what you're believing and following. Most of you truthers are fools, dupes, just like I put in the song. I made a little song for you to help you out. Where's your evidence that aliens created the human species, as you call it? Most of you believe it's one species. You believe that black people are the same as Europeans and the same as Asian people. It's ridiculous. It's hilarious. We're not the same. It should be obvious, but it's not to most of you on Earth because you want to believe lies. Even when the obvious truth is staring you in the face and people bring it up and mention it to you and point it out to you and show you and explain it, you still want to believe the lies, don't you? I know you do, most of you on Earth, because I've observed you and studied you for years. When given truth with evidence, most of you run to lies and programming. And you're fucked up, and it hurts your feelings to be told that you're fucked up, but you're zombie tards. Most on Earth. You prefer the lies. In books, in cults, in religions, on TV, in Hollywood, in songs. Why don't you watch the movie Planet of the Apes and start hopping around like a chimp and believing that you were what's his name? Stanley Kubrick. Space Odyssey, 2001. Excuse me. With the apes and the obelisk. The obelisk, the black obelisk, black stone. They program you. And you love it. Just admit it. I wish people on Earth would just at least start admitting to that. You love Hollywood. You love the programming of Hollywood, which is Freemasonic, and Freemasonry is from the tiny hats from the Hebrews. Goes way back. Freemasonry has Hebrew and tiny hat symbolism strewn right throughout it, with the seal of Solomon and all sorts of symbols. That's who controls it. It's tiny hat controlled. You love Hollywood music. It's controlled by them. You love it. You love the fake religions, fake sci-fi books, the idea that there's aliens out there on spinning ball planets and living upside down and sideways, which they'd have to be if there was land on these balls, these spheres. You love it. You love all that shit. Space travel, ships going through space. How do they travel through a vacuum? And it all makes sense to you because you'd rather use or believe the imagination of liars than look at truth and facts and evidence and say, that doesn't add up. That story's laughable. Doesn't make sense. Can't be true. It's stupid. And it doesn't have evidence. And when you look at it, it just falls apart and it's a joke. That's what people on Earth want to believe. If Walt Disney were alive today, he'd have a heyday mind fucking you with the technology and being able to make movies and do more than what he did. Beings like that would just be laughing because people will believe anything. They'll never stop and question things and say, wait a second, that doesn't make any sense. These advanced beings, these quote alien beings that were millions of years ahead, advanced, why would they do that to mine gold? Why wouldn't they just create machines or bring a few fucking machines with them or do something technologically? Why would they create slaves? Like it's stupid. It's absolutely retarded. But that's what people believe. Now, does that mean to say that there's been no genetic manipulation possible with humanity for the time that we've been, we'll say, inside of this matrix system? No, they could have very well fucked with our DNA. But Anunnaki flying here as aliens and they were gods and they came on UFOs and they flew from another, like, it's all ridiculous. If you want to believe it, though, you can believe any shit you want. You're free. You have the freedom to believe shit and to eat shit and drink Kool-Aid. Drink the Kool-Aid and believe and follow. Like a mindless zombie slave. You can follow these deceivers, these Freemasons, if you want. I can't stop you. I'll step out of the way and say, go ahead. I tried to help you, but you're too dumb and too stubborn. Many of you on Earth want to follow liars. You want to believe in stories that make no sense. So be it. And then they'll say, what about the junk DNA? Well, there are other explanations than space aliens coming here and creating slaves out of fucking apes. There are other explanations, other possibilities for that. There's other possibilities than the Freemasonic Zecharia Sitchin story and Jordan Maxwell and Michael Tessarian and Rebellious Meat Puppet and Joshua S. John has the same shit on his channel, Anunnaki. If you want to believe that, go ahead. Hollywood can put out a movie selling you that. They can also put out movies like Dances with Wolves, blaming white people and saying that white people destroyed America and that we were just brutal killers and there's more coming to replace you Indians. Hollywood always puts out anti-European movies, in case you haven't noticed. They could also put out movies telling you that aliens created you. And most of you humans would nod your heads up and down saying, yes, they probably did. I don't believe most humans think or can think at this point. I really don't. I'm not saying that to be mean. I'm not saying it as an insult. I'm saying it because I see it. I think most humans are absolute zombies. And I don't believe, until they really start showing me evidence to prove otherwise, which I don't think is going to happen in my lifetime. I don't expect that to happen. That's one of the things in this realm that would shock me and stun me if humanity began to think. The species that make up humanity. And I suspect there's dozens of different ones. Might be hundreds. Or more. If you began to think. What do I mean? Some people say, you're so critical. Well, all true thought is critical. Without being critical thinking, you're just nodding your head in agreement. Mindlessly, without thought, you're thoughtless. You're just agreeing without thinking, which is what most humans do. They don't think. They see, hear, believe, repeat, follow, and then repeat more, and believe more, and follow more, and repeat more. That's all most of you do on Earth. Hardly any of you question things and challenge things and say, that doesn't make sense. That doesn't add up. And see these theories fall apart into pieces. Like a wet paper towel in your hands. It just fucking falls apart. It's soaking wet. Fall apart. Or something lighter, a wet tissue, one-ply tissue. Just falls apart. That's what these lame theories do, these lame-ass theories. Pushed by Freemasons and shills and agents of the system. And they make money doing it. They sell you books, they sell you movies, they sell you websites, they sell you courses, they get donations on little fucking pissant YouTube channels like Creepy Keith, begging for shekels for years. They get money. But there's just a lot of dupes that believe anything that's put out there. If you want to believe you're just an ape, you go right ahead. Go ahead. But the whole evolution theory doesn't add up. Neither does the Anunnaki theory. But believe what you want. And that's what humans are good at. And I'll tell you, you are good at that. That is the forte of humans. Belief without evidence. Faith. Blind faith. Christians are good at that. And others. They're not the only ones. I'm just familiar with them. But humans in general are good at that. You're not good at questioning. You're not good at challenging. You're not good at debunking. You're not good at requiring evidence and saying, where's the evidence for this? I don't buy this shit. You're not good at that. What's my evidence? Look at the world. Look at the behavior of humans. Most of you follow shit that's laughably stupid. Not just religions, but tons of shit. And you feel clever for doing it. Smart, clever, aware, intelligent, holy. You feel holy quite often. Righteous. It's hilarious, actually. You love to believe and follow. Mindlessly follow. So in that sense, you are slaves. But I don't think you were created out of apes or chimps. If you want to believe that, you can believe it. That's the Anunnaki creation of humans theory. Believe whatever you want. By the way, I don't think believing that theory, which I think is ridiculous, will help you get out of this realm. So ultimately, it'll just help you stay here. It'll help you get recycled. Congratulations. If you want to be stupid and follow these programmers that program your minds, Jordan Maxwell, Zecharia Sitchin, Tessarian, in some respects. In some ways, he does certain things that are good work. But I would say close to half of his work is programming shit. Rebellious Meth Puppet programs you. Joshua S. John and tons of others push that shit. Congratulations for following what is laughably false, and you're following something with no evidence. They can't provide evidence, but you still believe and follow. Congrats. Maybe you are a chimp, but I'm not. Maybe you are a dumb chimp that follows, or something close to that. Maybe. Maybe you are, but I'm not. You want to believe that? They must be pissing themselves laughing at what they can get most of you on Earth to believe. They must be. They can get you to believe anything. You just apes with clothes, right? It's just ridiculous. Fucking ridiculous, man. Whether it's Darwin or the Sitchin thing, Anunnaki, it's hilarious. Believe the stupid shit. Get angry at ones like me trying to show you truth. That's what you're good at, humans. You laugh off truth, or you get angry at messengers of truth, and you smile as you gobble up laughable, stupid shit. Congratulations. Congratulations, humanity. You love it, don't you? You believe in these evil gods that are evil and you call them good. They have your minds warped so many ways, but you don't want to break free. You don't want to break the spell. If you did, there'd be a lot more looking on channels like mine and curious and digging into things. And you've shown me you don't have a thirst for truth. You have an appetite for believing lies, deceptions, illusions, and the dark imaginations of evil demons and entities and their stories. And it works like a charm on you. Most of you. Most of you. Everywhere on earth. Everywhere. And I've tried to help you. You don't want help, though. You want lies. Anyway, thanks for watching. If you want to go to, there's plenty of channels pushing the, quote, Anunnaki theory, or Anunnaki created humans, came here, created humans to be slaves. Enki and Enlil. There's plenty of channels pushing that fucking lame nonsense. Gobble it up. I'm not going to stop anybody. I've shown it's ridiculous. And there's no evidence for it. And the whole story falls apart. Sitchin was the only one able to translate the tablets, and they'd never been able to show the ones that, it's just the whole thing. You look into it for an hour, and you'll see what I mean. Or don't, just believe it. That's what humans are way better at. They're better at not looking into things, not researching, and just believing. Blind faith. Whether it's blind faith in Jesus, blind faith in God, blind faith in Enki and Enlil, whatever it is. That's what humans are good at. I challenge you to prove me wrong and to show me that billions of humans don't do that. That's mostly what humans do all over the earth. In Russia, India, China, Australia, all across Africa and Asia and Europe and America and Canada, everywhere. It's what you do. It's what you do best. Thanks for watching, and I hope one day, if you aren't doing it yet, try critical thinking. Question, challenge. Don't just believe and mindlessly repeat and parrot shit just because you see it in YouTube videos. Start learning how to think for yourself. Learn what thinking is. Learn what thinking involves. Learn what it is and practice. Question, challenge, think. Don't just mindlessly follow along. Thanks for watching. I hope you enjoy your day. I hope you learned something from this video. I hope you're learning. I hope this isn't just entertainment for you. If it is, you're truly lost.